Uh-oh. They're mad. They're mad at me. I've been trending nonstop for a week because we had Fresh and Fit on the podcast, The Culture War. And in the discussion, we talked about issues pertaining to society and culture, women and slut shaming and things like that. And oh boy, are they really pissed off. In fact, I've gotten messages from some lefties I know, and they're like, did you really say that men should slut shame women for having high body counts? I love it because you know that they didn't actually watch the show. We have this tweet from Tree of Logic, who wrote, there are less than 1,000 Bugattis in the world, so the chances of any woman seeing a man drive one would be highly unlikely. Only men who are terrible in bed or who have small dicks like Tim Pool care about a woman's body count. I'll describe this as the fake rage machine of the internet. Here's what really happened. On the podcast, I was talking with Fresh and Fit, as well as Jason Howerton. Jason Howerton is High Value Dad. He talks about having kids, being a good dad, and having a family and all that stuff. And Fresh and Fit talk about similar things, like those are important, but in today's day and age, women are sleeping around. They have access to all of these different men with Instagram, high value, high profile, wealthy, successful guys. You're always in a state of competition. The argument that was actually made was not that I was saying that guys in Bugattis should slut shame women. It was a hypothetical argument to address the concerns Fresh and Fit had, not a prescriptive treatment for the ills of society. Tree of Logic, of course, takes the clip out of context and then makes it seem like I was literally saying that all men should go and do this thing. The actual context of the conversation is, effectively, if you are making the claim that it is bad that men and women are all sleeping around and that men have no choice but to sleep around in order to compete, how about you? I said, you guys, like imagine someone in a Bugatti pulls up to a woman and she's like, oh, I want to ride with you. And he says, what's your body count? And she gets all offended. Then he says, I don't want to hoe in my car, and drives off. No, I wasn't saying all men who find themselves to be high value should pull up and slut shame women. But it's a rage machine. They just want to get clickbait. So they want to take things out of context. Or to be fair, maybe they're just not smart enough to understand what the argument actually was. I didn't tell women they couldn't or could not do anything they want. In fact, I am a sex positive individual. I believe that sex work should be legal and regulated. And I think that it's silly for the government to intervene. I also don't care what women do with their bodies. And I'm actually pro-choice. Although I think the Democrats have gone full-scale pro-abortion, I do think there should be restrictions. So it is funny then that their minds go and break down. Only men who are terrible in bed and have small dicks. Lady, I'm sorry. The ego striking stuff doesn't work on me because I quite literally don't care. Like, I got to be honest with you. I got 1,000,001 things going on in my life. I am in a happy and committed relationship. Your words are meaningless, but it does show your insecurities. In fact, the response is out to the out of context clip makes you look worse than I do. Especially to the people who might otherwise agree with the clip, even though it is out of context. Ladies, listen up, she asks. If a low-tier man asks for your body count, simply ask how small is their dick in return. High-value men don't obsess over the sexual activities of other women. Only low-value men do. Never forget that. Okay, well, let me play the clip for you from the Culture War show of me talking, and then we'll break down what is actually being said.
That's never...
Yeah. No, but hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree a lot with what he's saying. Imagine if women are only looking at the top 8, 9, 10 of men.
Yeah.
If guys like you just started shaming women, do they, you know who's paying for OnlyFans, right? It's lower quality guys.
Yeah. 100%.
So if high quality dudes who got really nice watches and pull up in a Bugatti and this woman's like, yeah, I want to come hang with you. And he goes, so yeah, what's your body count? And he goes, how dare you ask me that? I don't want no hoe in my car. And he takes off.
Yeah.
Now she's embarrassed. She got shut down. And more women are going to say, if I want a high value man, because only the guys are going to come after me are going to be high value.
So maybe
let's
flip
be real here, though.
Okay, we're going to turn this into the Dreamcast?
Yeah.
That's never...
Yeah.
No. So Fresh and Fit argue men will never do that, which is the point, which actually is in alignment with what this lady is saying. To act like I said something otherwise. Jason Howerton was saying, resist that culture. Do not be a party to going around doing all these things. To which my point was, I agree with what Jason is saying. Hypothetically, like, if guys were shaming these women, wouldn't that fix the problem you claim is a big problem? You see, let's slow down. Jason and I had a similar position in that there are tons of really great women out there. In fact, I argued the things that Fresh and Fit were saying about these women. I'm like, you're surrounding yourself with bad women. And they said, no, dude, like all women are on the internet, no matter where they are. And I said, bro, if you go to a small town church, you're going to meet a young woman who does not believe these things, and you're good. I didn't say anything about, like, I did not actually say that all men of high value should be doing these things. They responded by saying that because women are going to do this, men have no choice. And then I said, okay, what if men like you said no and shamed these women? And they said, that's never going to happen. Of course, this lady lost her mind. Now, I got to be honest. I think it is simple to break down. When people like this, which clip do we have? When people like this get really, really mad when you highlight the idea of body count, it shows their insecurity. Lady, I ain't got none. I'm sorry, dude. I'm going to have to say it. Lady, I am let's just go straight for ego. I am successful. I am wealthy. I own lots of property. I really don't care about how many dudes you've been with. I don't care what you think about my genitalia. I don't care about your opinions. And she's not the only one. Sorry to highlight just as individual. I don't care to go through like all these other tweets. But like, they're so bent out of shape over this. Yo, I'm talking about the negative opinion that Fresh and Fit have over this. I'm not talking about you. Why are you so mad? The reality is, it's true. High value men do not obsess over the sexual activities of other women. That's a fact. That's actually the point I was making. If these high value guys, as they describe themselves, did, would that not create something different for which they would want? My attitude is just find a good person, have a good relationship, commit to each other. You know, those normal things. And there are good and bad people out there all the time. I think the insecurity shows a lot. She followed up by saying, my tweet yesterday was only to clown Tim Pool because I despise him. However, it revealed a huge insecurity in these red pill manosphere men have, which I am not one of. They use body count as a shaming technique, but get as mad when we shame their penis size in return. This is good to know. I'll be using that again in the future. Actually, it shows the insecurity you have, right? Not the insecurity I have. Like, I'm in a relationship. I don't care about what you think. I'm not interested in chasing down women at a club or driving my Tesla Model S Plaid up to a club and being like, hey, ladies, I have a girlfriend. We go get breakfast together and then we go get dinner together and we play poker together and we skate together sometimes when she wants to skate and she helps me out with my life and it's fantastic. I literally don't care about what you think or what you do. But it does show when we have this conversation, and especially with Fresh and Fit, boy, do they get mad. And it makes me wonder what kind of person this is and why they have to react in such a way. Low cognitive function? Because I never actually said what she's claiming I said. Here's one response. One person said, I disagree sort of. I think there are high value men that do not care about body count. I hate that term though. And some that don't care all that much. I don't think it's fair to say that only low-tier dudes and dudes with small penises care about that. Is right. She said, present one, just one so-called high-value man who cares about body count. Go. Dude, quite literally, Fresh and Fit were on the show. They are, I believe they're millionaires, very wealthy Miami dudes who've got women all around them. Maybe they're faking it. I don't know. And they outright said they do. There are numerous podcasts where dudes who are famous and have lots of money talk about these things. There are many people in the quote unquote manosphere or whatever who are millionaires, who are 6 foot tall, chiseled, driving Bugattis. Okay, not literally Bugattis, but my point was driving very fancy, nice cars. She's right, though. There's different people of all different types, whether the size of their penis. Nice try, lady. The fact that she brought up something that is clearly false shows her insecurities over what she does. That's just it. And I'll tell you who this lady is. She's a lady who watches the guy give the glizzies. Okay, I'm sorry. Have you guys seen this video of the guy giving the mock BJs while taking money and saying glizzy? And like the dude's just like, okay, I don't know if you've seen this video. She said, yes, I would watch this for an hour. Don't judge me. It is a dude giving a mock blowjob up to the camera while people donate money saying, Glizzy, bruh, do people make good money for this? This guy is just making softcore gay porn or porn's not the right word. Fetish content, softcore fetish content for gay men, whatever. I would watch this for an hour. Don't judge me. Yeah, I would not. All that ice cream so good stuff, I think should be banned. Not literally, I guess to a certain degree, free speech and all that, but it is weird and nasty stuff and it shouldn't be prioritized in the algorithm. But anyway, I digress. I must stress, I apologize for singling out this one individual. There's a bunch of people who are tweeting about it and acting like, I got messages and that's why I was like, what are they talking about? Like, I never literally told men to go do this. I was addressing a perceived problem that Fresh and Fit had addressed, and I said, here's your solution. Why not do this? They laughed and said, is this Dreamcast now? Men will never do that. Duh. That's the point. Men will not. They don't care. So here's the issue that it really boils down to. These women are clearly upset about it, desperately trying to justify what they know is socially unacceptable to a large degree. Most men, socially, it is a trope, typically, do not want women who have slept with a lot of guys. Fact. They are upset about it. They want to sleep with lots of guys. They want to do whatever they want. I don't care. They can do whatever they want. They're clearly upset about it. They're clearly triggered by it. The fact that society says, it's just really simple. There's that old saying that they talk about where it's like a key that can open any door is a good key, but a lock that can be opened by any key is a bad lock. That's the analogy they often use. I'm not a fan of that. I think it's kind of silly. I think human beings can engage and, do what they want to do. And I think personal responsibility plays a role in whether or not you're going to have a good family or not. I do think social order breaks down for a variety of reasons, including some of these. But clearly, with these tropes that exist in society, they are in the minority position, desperately trying to justify using an emotional attack against someone, be like, ha, you have a small dick. I'm like, lady, I don't care. You're a hoe, right? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't know how many people you slept with, and I really don't care. And your response to what is clearly a social phenomenon is meaningless to me, but you're clearly hurt by it. That's it. I guess what I'm trying to get to is they big mad, but it's true. It's not my opinion. It is not me prescribing for society. It's me saying outright, it is a fact. On average, guys don't like being with whores. Define that however you want. I don't necessarily agree. I'm more sex positive. I don't care about people engaging in sex work. None of that. I don't think it should be made illegal. I think it should be legalized and regulated. And it's up to you to live how you want to live. Just don't get kids involved in it. But you can see the emotional reaction they have. So whatever, man. Thanks for watching the Culture War podcast and spreading the word. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up today at 4 p.m. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.